Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. All right, you guys, it's grocery haul day. We did the things. It's summer groceries. So for those of you who are new, because I may have some new followers, seems like I'm losing more people than I'm gaining, but that's okay because who is here, and I'm glad that you are. So summer groceries, right? For those of you who are new, I do not work in the summer. So the month of June and July and the first 2 weeks of August, I do not work. Now, I did have somebody mention that their educator friends work in the summer. They get another job. Here's why I haven't worked. It doesn't mean that I won't work because I'm in a new season of life, right? So when my children were little, I worked a lot. I worked my regular job. I coached sports and all that. And I was out of my house for a lot of time. We were trying to make ends meet. I was married at the time, trying to make ends meet. And then, of course, when my ex-husband left, I was still working a lot. And I tried to figure out a way that I would not always be away from my children, because I was a single parent working full time. So I'm away from my kids. All the daycare's raising them. I see them a little bit in the evening, but we got activities and whatever. So I decided that instead of working summer school, because I would do summer school, literally had like 2 weeks off all year long because I would do summer school. So instead of doing summer school continually, I would just stay home with my kids. What that meant was I would have to have some kind of income in the summer. And so once we started getting our paychecks 10 months and you had to put summer money away, because we used to get paid 12 months. Well, they stopped doing that. So because we weren't actually working is what their rationale was. Y'all, I gotta sit down. I'm sorry. My knee. Hold please. All right. I apologize, y'all. I have officially finished my 53rd workout of the 65 workouts of the Summertime Fine 2024, and my knee is bothering me. I don't think it was from today's workout. It's been bothering me. Sydney, the exercise I used, the program that I used, she's very motivated, and I'm trying to get stronger, and so you push yourself. And my knee is bothering me. So anywho, so when they started doing the summer share, it just made sense. I was like, okay, I have some money coming in. I can be at home with my kids because I could take care of my rent. I was paying rent at the time. I didn't have a mortgage. My rent, my lights, my water, all the essential things. But I didn't have a ton of money for groceries. Over the years, as my kids have grown, I've just been in the mindset of staying home with my kids because I've stayed home with my kids for a long time. Now that my children are older and they both work, I could potentially get a summer job. However, with Jackson working an internship and it's 3 days a week, every other week the days change. So this week he is on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Next week, he is on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So I would have to get a schedule that managed around Jackson. He goes to soccer from 6 to 8. He comes home, grabs his shower, and then I have to take him to internship. Now today, which is a Wednesday, because it is a little bit afternoon. Okay, it's 12:08. I have to leave here at 2:15 and go pick him up. And I just dropped him off at 9:30. I went to the gym and I did the grocery shopping. So back out again. And I haven't done any of the stuff I needed to get done in the past few days because I'm around doing for Jackson. So it would be very logistically insane to try to manage my schedule to work outside of the home while Jackson is doing all of his summer things. Why does he have to do those summer things? Because he's a kid. He's trying to get, some experience in the aerospace and all of that. And it just makes sense for him to do this internship. And he wants to make his own money. So after I pick him up from internship, I have to take him to his paid job. So today is a Wednesday. He will go from internship to his paid job, and then we'll pick him up at 9 tonight. And he will have been out of the house all day long. He did not go to soccer this morning. He had to get some fasting blood work done just for his regular annual visit for his doctor, well check and all that. And so what I will do is get him, take him to work, and then I will come home and try to work a little bit. For me, for my part-time job. What is that? That's my social media. I assumed over all the years that me working social media part-time the way I have been doing it would eventually take off. But I will say there is a fly or something that just came in the house with the dogs. Okay. And it's a big one. I'm going to have to kill that. That can't stay. I was checking to make sure it wasn't a wasp. I don't believe it is. It looks like just a big fly. But I assumed that my social media would take off and provide income for us that would be beyond me having to go out and work. While it does provide income, over the past 4 years, 4 years, the pay structure and all the things in social media are not what they used to be 3-4 years ago. So while I was doing extremely well as far as that is concerned, I have found it challenging within the last couple of years to justify this as being a part-time job, even though I still have to work it. Saying all that to say, going outside of my house to work more is really, I don't know when I would do that. That's what I'm saying. Because I've got the ministry, I have my regular responsibilities to my home church here, and whatever sister needs help with, it's a lot. But several years ago, the Lord gave me an idea in my brain, like he always does, to save a little bit out of each paycheck so that we would have grocery money in the summer. We don't typically have grocery money in the summer, or we didn't before, because I had enough to pay the bills, and I would squeeze out about $25 and I would coupon. Couponing, of course, has changed over the years, and that's radically different. So with all that being said, I've saved $100 for groceries for the summer. I started out just saving $50 a week. I would save $50 a month for 10 months, giving me $500, which would give me $50 for 10 weeks. I moved it up to $75, and last year, maybe this year, I increased it to $100. It's still not quite enough, but it'll do. It'll help us, right? And we'll take it. So I did go over the budget this week, but I didn't have to. I went over the budget because Jackson asked for a few things. I didn't go over bad, but Jackson has a job. And so he told me to take the money out of his account. I just haven't taken it out of his account yet, because his dad will pay child support this week sometime, and I can recoup it back from that. He's my kid. He needs things, and I will get the things that he likes. He's busy. He's here, there, and doing all the things. Sometimes I have to take. I heard a door open. I'm like, wait a minute now, hold on. She's looking for her boy. He's not here. He's at work. Very good. So, his dad will send child support, and I'll just take that extra $20 out. He's my kid. He needs things. And like I said, sometimes I'll have to take a lunch, some food for him now when I pick him up, so that he can have something to eat before he goes to his other job. He did pack lunch today, so I'm assuming he will be okay. I'll check to make sure he doesn't want me to bring anything when I come. But then he's working another 5-6 hours before he gets home. And then when he gets home, he wants to eat. So sometimes convenience things for Jackson is important. It's not important for me because I am a cook the food type of individual. Anywho, I spent $120. $100 was the money I saved for summer. And then $20, I actually didn't have to take it out of my bank because I did a job and she paid me extra. So I actually took it out of that. But that does take away some money from something else. Perfectly fine. It'll be okay. Let me turn my camera around, show you guys what I got this week, and maybe talk out a few meals. Alrighty, you guys. So here are the things that I was able to buy this week, and I'll tell you the method to the madness because there is one. So corn, I'm not eating right now on trying to do as low carb as I can. However, they had some last corns. They are on their last legs, but they were 10 for $1. So I got 10 of them, and I'm going to just make a small batch of corn relish that I can, and it's going to be perfect. We'll put it up because I'm going to take every opportunity to get as much food as I possibly can and store it where I can. So that'll be perfect. Picked up some La Banderita carb wraps. 2 of these are 60 calories and 1 gram of 0 net carbs for 2, and I can get 5 grams of protein. Now, this was a deal that I normally would not purchase, but it was buy 2 of the keto breads, which is a Nature's Own. It was $6 and some change, so $13, plus I got 1 free. So buy 2, get 1 free. I got buns and then just regular soft white bread. 35 calories per slice. I'm going to put 1 in the freezer. I'll keep 1 out. And then Jackson is also working on his goals as well. This will be a lot cheaper in carb count because he wanted these chicken patties. He's going to get carbs in the chicken patties. 1 chicken patty is it's only 10 carbs, but it's 200 calories. So if he can get that, and 1 bread is only 11 carbs. It's a little bit higher in calories, but it's only 11 carbs. We'll take that. I picked up these turkey sausages. These are for me. 3 of these are 130 calories, 3 links. It's 130 calories. Picked up some bananas for a snack. Now, over here, last week I was looking for neck bones. Couldn't find them at Walmart. Found them at Food Lion. So I got a couple packages, and I got some more greens. I'm going to go ahead and cook these up in the Instant Pot, shred them for meat, and we'll cook them with the greens when we're ready to do those. We do like chicken gizzards. We know some people don't, but they were on sale, $1.88. Then I got another one for $1.90. If we don't like them, they're good protein for the dogs. Sometimes we supplement their food. They're actually on a food strike right now because they don't have anything in it except kibble. Now, I'm going to cook up some egg beaters for them, and I'll put it in their food, and I promise you they'll eat it. They're spoiled. I picked up some almonds. These are cheaper in the produce section, $4.99, than if you get them on the nut aisle. Picked up some strawberries, original almond milk for Sister and Jackson, 2 things of greens, turnip greens, mixed greens. Jackson asked for caramel rice cakes. He also asked for lunch meat. That was $8.99. This was like $4. He also asked for this honey mustard sauce. This is the stuff I don't buy for me. I did pick up shrooms for myself because I like to put those in eggs. And then they had shrimp that were buy 1, get 1 free. I can have 4 ounces for 80 calories and 15 grams of protein. So that's a good amount of protein for me. Picked up 2 of these peppers because I'm going to put that with the corn to make the corn relish. I do have onions, and I don't have peppers grown on my plants right now. I think I need to fertilize. Picked up some blueberries. I picked up this Power protein drink because Sister got some sugar-free Jell-O, and we're going to make like a little dessert. Just try to make it higher in protein. I got some bone broth for a night snack. Picked up some holy guacamole. Egg whites. Sister's on her way in, and the dogs are going nuts. Picked up some apples for a snack, and then 2 things of the cooking oil spray. So let me tell you how I would have saved. This was $7. Then Jackson asked for this. That was another $4. So that's $11. This was $9. That was $20. And this was about $4. So $24. Had I not picked up those couple of items for Jackson, I would have come under budget at $96. But he asked, it's okay. So again, I'm going to do these neck bones. I'm going to go ahead and get all of these 2 packages in the Instant Pot. We're going to have that with greens. I'm going to do shrimp and probably cabbage because I do have a cabbage in the fridge. If I don't do shrimp with cabbage, then I will do in a tortilla, but I'm not doing cheese because I don't think cheese likes me. I like it. It doesn't like me back. The egg whites, I got these, and the holy guacamole. I'm going to do avocado toast with eggs and egg whites. I usually have one egg and then like a cup of egg whites with the shrooms. These carb wraps, I like to actually fry these in a little bit of bacon grease, and then I'll slather a little bit of peanut butter on it with a banana and a little bit of that sugar-free honey, imitation honey, and that makes a nice snack for me. I will log it all. I'm using my carb manager. But, and we're going to do this corn because this corn is going to go bad. So we're going to go ahead and get this canned up today. I don't have any options. I got to do it today. So anywho, there it is, the grocery haul. All right, you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you guys along. Jackson actually did for me in the crock pot. We made some pizza sauce. So I'm going to jar that up as well. I don't think I'm going to can the pizza sauce. I'm going to put it in the freezer because he makes pizzas a lot. So I'm going to just put it in the freezer, make it easy for him to just take it out to thaw, and then he can use it. But I don't want to put it in one big jar because I don't want it to get moldy. So I'm just going to put it in some, my sister gets these peanuts she likes, and she gives me the jars. I can't use those for canning, but I can use it for stuff like that. So I'm going to jar that up for Jackson, and then make the relish. We're going to put some of these groceries away, but before I do any of that, I am going to eat something because I'm back to intermittent fasting. I've pretty much been doing intermittent fasting, but I have not eaten today, and it's 12:22, so I need to eat. I'm going to have one egg, a cup of egg whites, probably some mushrooms. I think I've got some spinach in the fridge, 3 turkey sausages, and probably 1 piece of toast. So that's going to probably be a pretty significant amount of breakfast. The way my intermittent fasting works is I'm eating 2 meals a day, 1 snack, and that's pretty much the end of it. I get about 1,500 calories. I try to stay around 1,300 if I can, but I do think that I'm not eating enough because I'm going to move in towards the volume. So that's what the cabbage is for, the lettuce, those types of things, which we have spring mix in the fridge. So I can have a salad. But making sure that I count everything on my app. So I'm going to make breakfast right now. Well, my first meal. It's breakfast for me, but it's my first meal. All right, y'all. I'm going to get the dishwasher loaded. Sister had to go for a hair appointment, so I'm helping out by getting her dishes in. Then I'm going to get dinner started. I just got Jackson off to work. I picked him up from his internship, got him off to work. I told Sister I'd help her with the dishes. that's all of that. It wasn't a lot of dishes. I just have a insert for the Instant Pot, this, and a bowl. And then I can get started on dinner for the evening, which is going in the Instant Pot. That's the end of that. I'm gonna wash the sink out real fast. Just so I can bring over the neck bones, get them situated, because it is time. Okay. 2 packs, neck bones. Get the Instant Pot out. All right, that's in. I'm gonna put this insert in. Knife. I'm so tired. I have not caught up with myself. And I still haven't done a lot of the things I've needed to get done. But it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna get all of this what my grandmother would call the maw, which I now know is the marrow, out of these neck bones, and then get these put on. All right, let me get this done because it'll take a while for me to clean those, and I'll bring you guys back. All right, y'all, so I did not show you the sauce. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's probably enough for 10 pizzas. Jackson usually makes a personal pan, And so I just had him put them in the freezer because he makes pizza a lot and often. So it doesn't make any sense for me to try to can this because it won't stay, it won't last. So that's what he ended up putting in the fridge for me last night. Now, the one sad note that I do have to report, which is why you're not seeing me can the corn, is I got the corn in a bag yesterday from Food Lion, 10 for 10. I knew it was kind of on its last legs. When we got back in here today from all the running around and stuff we had to do, and I opened up, I saw condensation on the bag, so I opened up the bag, just kind of let it breathe because I was getting ready to start canning the corn. There was mold all over it. So I only spent $1. I didn't lose any money, but I wasn't gonna can corn that had mold. It was just on the outside, but I didn't even open it up to see what it was like. I just said, you know what, we're gonna chalk it up as a loss. That's okay. I will potentially get more corn at some point and I will can it up then. But I didn't want to take a chance of having that just be bad and, you know, somebody get a bad product. Myself include my family. But I was going to send Trandon some. I was going to send Keith and Shamika some. But I don't want to even have the issues of that. So I didn't even bother with it. But anywho, there it is. We've been around the house doing the things. Neck bones. We actually warmed those up again today so that we can have those ready for dinner. It's 5:30 and my eating window closes at 7, but I've had quite a lot of water and I'm not hungry right now. I could be hungry in a minute. I could be hungry in an hour, but I'm not hungry right now. And so that does cause quite a few little issues when I'm trying to stay in my intermittent fasting 11 to 7. I didn't even have my first meal till after 12, about 12:30. Close to 1, may have been even after 1. And it was probably after 1 because Jackson and I was at Walmart. We were at Walmart until after 1 o'clock when we finally got home. We had to do a job today. And so we went over into town and I needed to stop and pick up him some vitamins. And so we needed to stop in there very quickly because it was on the way home. So I ate a little after, it was close to 2 o'clock. Yeah, I had to cook it. So it was close to 2 o'clock. And I ate a pretty significant meal. I had, let me see how many calories. Like over 500 calories. But that was my first meal, my only meal of the day. And I had about 3/4 cup of coffee. I've had 64 ounces of water. I'm getting ready to fill up my thing one more time. But it's an hour and a half before 7 o'clock. And I need to determine if I'm going to eat or not. Now, I promise you, I'm going to want something about 9 or 10. But of course your eating window is closed. So, and I got to get in enough calories. I did go to the gym. Today was my active rest. So I walked on the treadmill. I didn't walk fast because of my knee. I got to find that knee brace. I really need to find it. It's somewhere in this house and I'm going to find it because I need it. But anywho, there it is, you guys. Thank y'all so much for stopping by and joining me. I'm excited to continue to do all the vloggy things. If you like this video, don't forget to share, subscribe, do all the things, and we will see you guys next time. Bye now.